First and foremost, we want to give all honor, all glory to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, Bahashim Hamashiach Yahushai. We're the Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
How you doing, King? Yes, bro. You see that? If this was the heathens, they'd want to stop. Right? Can you give me the book of Sirach 36 and verse 1? Sorry, 36 and 11. If you can give me Acts chapter 26 and verse 18. Babkasha. Got a quick lesson, bro.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
Say what?
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
Go on.
And inherit thou them.
And inherit who?
Thou them.
Go on.
As from the beginning. Go on, that's
Is that on that?
Go on.
Can't. So we're supposed to gather the tribes of Jacob together. That's what we're trying to do out here. We're trying to bring the Jacob, the Israelites, back to the Lord.
Right.
Back to the Most High God.
That's right.
Right? Give me that. Acts 26.
Acts 26 verse 18.
Give me
to
John.
open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light.
So read that again. John.
To open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light.
And verse 32.
And from the power of Satan unto Yahweh.
Unto Yahweh. So we're trying to open our people's eyes. Everybody out here walking blind. You have no idea what's going on. Right? The Most High put his darkness onto you.
Right.
With this light, we're coming out, we're trying to shine to show our people who they really are.
Teacher.
According to the Bible. Right? Bring that out.
It's the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 32.
Read that.
And it reads, and ye shall know the truth.
How you doing, King? Can I ask you a question? One question. Do you believe in the Bible?
Yes, I do.
You do? Yeah. Okay, if you believe in the Bible, what day is today? Yeah. You see that? Can I ask you, what's your nationality, bro? Jamaican, yeah? Your dad Jamaican? Yeah. All praises to the Most High. How did your people get into that land of Jamaica? Slavery, right? It was
No, not my family.
No, but it was slavery though.
Some of it, yeah.
Right. So you're familiar with slavery, right? Yeah. First of all, what does Jamaica mean? Do you know?
One of many people.
Jamaica means land of wood and water. That's what it means. These brothers are Jamaicans. This brother is Jamaican. Now, are you literally a land of wood and water? You're not. You're a king on this earth. Did you know that? Did you know that? Exactly. Now, why did slavery happen to a certain group of people? Like, you're familiar with slavery, right? Check this out. Who went into slavery? Who did this happen to? Black people. Like, why did it happen though? Did you know that it was in the Bible? That black people would go through slavery on slave ships?
Yeah, but that's old though. Like, in the Bible, it's not meant to happen to black people.
Say that again?
It wasn't meant to happen to black people.
Who was it meant to happen to?
Oh, but white people wrote that.
But God prophesied. Let me read something. Give me Deuteronomy 20 and 15. Give me 1 and 1 first. Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 1. You got Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
1 and 1, Bab Kasha. Listen to this, King.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Right.
And it reads,
You're alright, you're good, King. You give me Deuteronomy 20 and 15.
1 and verse 1.
Go on.
Reads,
Go on.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
No, unto everybody in the earth.
Unto all Israel.
Who is Moses speaking to? Read that again.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Who is Moses speaking to? Israel, right? So everything, this is Deuteronomy 1 and 1. So everything we're about to read is to who? To Israel, right? Listen to this. Deuteronomy 20 and 15.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15.
Go on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
God said, if you don't, this is Moses speaking to the Israelites, if you don't listen to what God is saying, go on.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
No, some of his commandments.
To do all his commandments.
Go on.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Go on.
That all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these good things.
All these curses.
All these blessings.
All these curses.
Go on.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It's curses, good thing or bad things? Bad things, right? So we just read, this is the book written to the Israelites. Moses saying to the Israelites, if you don't keep God's commandments, curses are going to come upon you. Give me 16, Bab Kasha.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Who's cursed in the city? Who lives in the ghettos, in the ends? Who's cursed in the fields? Who was working from sundown to sunup, picking cotton, right? Picking sugar cane, tobacco. Who did that happen to, brother? Black people, right? But we're not speaking to black people, we're speaking to the Israelites. God said this would happen to the Israelites, right? Give me 32.
Verse 32.
Go on.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. And thine...
So like, yeah, whose sons and daughters were taken and given to another people? Have you ever seen Roots? 12 years a slave? Who is that? Who are the slaves? Right, but we're speaking to the Israelites though, not black people. Right? Give me 46. If you're there, give me 46.
And verse 46.
Go on.
And they shall be upon thee.
The curses are going to be upon you for what?
For a sign.
For a what?
For a sign.
Go on.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder to make you think. Go on.
And upon thy seed forever.
And when is forever? Forever is forever. Meaning the curses are going to be on the Israelites for a sign and for a wonder. What does a sign do for you? If you're hungry and your friends say, oh, it directs you, right? So the sign is what we're going to look at. The curses is what we're going to look at and say, these people fit the curses. These people are the Israelites. These people are God's chosen people.
Right.
You following? Right? Give me 54, Bab Kasha.
Verse 54.
Go on.
So that the man that is tender among you.
Go on.
And very delicate.
Because we used to be tender among one another. We used to have love for one another. Literally, it could be like, how you doing, bro? Here's £50. You don't have to pay me back. Does your family need some help? Do you need me to drive you somewhere? I'll drop you home. You don't have to think about petrol.
What
do you mean by that?
The reason why white people went to Africa is to use help.
Right, because we're kind people. We're happy to help anybody, right? But they took advantage of that. That's because we disobeyed God in the first place.
How we disobey God?
We're finding out. We're finding out. He said to keep his commandments. Are we keeping the commandments today?
I'd say I am.
Are you? You know what today is?
I don't know what today is.
Today is a Sabbath day. What are we supposed to do and not do on the Sabbath day? No, you're supposed to rest. You're not supposed to be buying and selling. What's that?
It's Valentine's Day.
So you celebrate Valentine's Day?
Oh, that's a pagan holiday, I know.
Oh, so you see what I'm saying? We think we know the commandments, but we're not actually doing it. So what does that mean? If I think I'm a boxer.
You also think, whoever wrote down the Bible?
Give me Psalm 68 and 11.
You know, whoever wrote down the Bible was on a brain.
Let's find out who wrote down the Bible. Psalm 60 and 11.
Psalm 60.
Psalm 68 and verse 11.
Come.
I'm not speaking my words. I'll let the Bible speak.
No,
Right?
I've been saying it verses when it comes to the Bible.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of, obviously, everyone knows the Bible is rewritten.
It's not been rewritten. It's been translated.
It's not translated.
Yeah. Because if it was still in Hebrew, we wouldn't be able to understand it because we speak English. We scribes, people who were scholars.
But what type of people?
There were scholars. Let me show you something.
What type of Bible you mean?
You might find in King James. Hey?
It's the King James Bible, no?
It's the KJV. That's right.
King James, he's not white man, man.
King James not a white man. Let me show. Oh, mate, I'm glad you're saying these things. I'm glad you're saying these things. Let me show you something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is there one on there?
On the other side.
Check this out. If you found King James, yeah? Let's hold Psalm 60 and 11. You read that, and then Bab Kasha, read this first. This right here. And then we're going to get into the
This is the Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary.
Listen to this.
King James Version. When Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I,
Right.
who had been the King of Scotland for 37 years as James VI. Several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized a new translation.
What did he do?
He authorized a new translation.
Authorized. He didn't write it, he authorized it. Go on.
A new translation of the Bible.
Right.
To replace the bishop's Bible.
Right.
47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups. 3 for the Old Testament.
3 for the Old Testament.
2 for the New.
2 for the New and
1 for the Apocrypha.
the Apocrypha, this book right here. Go on.
2 of the groups met at Oxford, 2 at Cambridge,
Right.
and 2 at Westminster.
Right.
When a group had completed its task, its work was submitted to 12 men.
Right.
2 from each panel.
Right, that's pretty much it on that. So that's the point I was getting at. Right? Now look at this is who King James is.
Right. It's the book called The Negro Question Part 4.
The Negro Question Part 4.
Part 4, the missing link, King of Scots, yeah? And
When you go back to the word Scots, it means black.
right.
We were ruling the whole of Europe. But when black people were, but when the Renaissance period happened, white people came into power. power. That's why they call it Renaissance. Renaissance is a French word. It means rebirth, reborn. They came back in power, and they made you think when they came in power, that's when civilization started. We were already civilized. We taught them how to bathe, how to wash. You see what I'm saying? Go on.
Chapter 2, the Scottish King of England, the image location, New College Library, Edinburgh, UK. And it reads, I know that this image of a black King James can be a little confusing because of your Western education.
Because of your Western education. You think when you think King James, you think white man. No, King James was a black man. Yeah, but he was a black man. He wasn't white.
Right.
Hey? We were ruling Europe. We were ruling Europe. Go on.
Western education, but this is the truth that is known by the rich and the elite.
The elites, they know this. Us low-level guys, we don't know this. Go on.
In the world. That was the reason I paraded all the English historians and professors before I got into the bowels of this book. I had to get your mind ready to receive the truth.
Right.
King James come from a long line of black Scottish stewards.
He comes from where?
From a black...
From a long line.
I got your mind ready to receive the truth. King James came from a long line of black Scottish steward kings.
Black Scottish stewards kings. That's where King James come from. He's not a white man, he's a black man. Keep reading.
Have you ever seen the film Last King of Scotland? No.
Check that out.
Ain't the same guy, he's in the butler. He's in the butler.
Yeah. He's a twin though, isn't he? I'm sure he's got a twin. But yeah, it's the same guys. Go on.
343 years of rulership in Scotland.
Right. The point is, King James was a black man. Now you said who wrote the Bible? Give me that. Psalm 68 and 11.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and verse 11.
Go on.
The Lord gave the word.
Who gave the word?
The Lord gave the word.
Nah, man did.
The Lord gave the word.
Nah, the white man wrote the Bible.
The Lord gave the word.
The Lord gave the word, brother. Go on.
Great was the company of those that published it.
The people that published it, their company was great.
Right.
The Most High chose them to publish His word. That's all it was. Right. Now let's get back to why we say we're the Israelites. Right. Do you mind giving me?
It's like East African, no?
Yeah, we're scattered.
First Jews were like Ethiopian and Eritrean. I'm not sure which one it is.
What do you mean the first Jews were Ethiopia or Eritrean?
Like, actual Jews. Like a lot of reason why it's like what's called Rastafaris, they go back to like Ethiopia because that's where they believe that like Judaism originated.
Right. Well, Judaism. Jamaican. Judaism. Well, the Jews originate from the land of Israel, Jerusalem. Right. We were scattered after 70 AD when the temple got burned down. So now we're in every part of the world. You're gonna go China, Japan, Sweden.
Back in the day.
I'm talking way back in the day. Way back in the day, yeah, go on, bring that out. Do you mind holding Deuteronomy 28 and 64?
1600s.
1600. When slavery finished?
Late 1500s, early 1600s. Slavery started in 1462, roughly.
You guys are Caribbean, no?
I'm not Caribbean, but I'm an Israelite. I'm from Ivory Coast.
Where you guys from? Jamaica. What's your surname? What's your surname?
My surname?
Yeah. Francis. What's your surname?
Reynolds.
Majority of Jamaican. My surname is Sinclair, so I can say it.
Okay.
Jamaican surname from Ireland, Scotland.
Right.
Majority of Scotland.
Why do you think that is though?
Because Scottish remain people that run slavery. You see the whole thing where he's like, let's say, he's the one who wrote the Bible.
Yeah.
He's the one who authorized the Bible.
Yeah.
He's the one, how do I say this? So he's authorized the Bible, but he was helping with slavery though.
What do you mean helping slavery?
He was around during slavery. He was when the whole Scottish
We had, as Israelites, we had hired servants. That's in the Bible. That's documented. You know what? Give me Leviticus 25 and verse 30. We had hired servants. I could if you were falling into decay, right, and you're in debt, I could take you as a hired servant. I wasn't allowed to rule over you with rigor. I wasn't allowed to make you a slave. A servant is getting paid for what his work is. A slave, he's working with no hire. You're not getting paid for that.
Right.
That's what we was. Right? Listen to this. Leviticus 25.
Leviticus chapter 25 verse 39. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bond servant.
You see that? Keep reading.
But as a hired servant.
But as a hired servant. That's your brother, right? And then drop down to, I believe, 47, if I'm not mistaken.
verse
Where it speaks about the other name.
verse 44. But both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you.
Your slave men and your slave women, you can have as the heathen that are round about you.
Right.
Meaning the other nations, we can have them as slaves.
Right.
We just can't put enslavement to one another. Yeah. We have to be hired servants towards one another.
To me, I don't understand someone who can kind of not promote slavery, but as a black man, you see the same thing happen to other black people.
Yeah.
I don't know you from Adam, you don't know me from Adam. Yeah?
Right.
Let's say you saw me going to slavery or something.
Right.
You're more like, as you said, black people know to help each other.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you let something like that pass. And the same thing in the Bible, you authorize the Bible.
What do you mean let something like, who let something like that pass? What do you mean things are already happening? You got to remember, King James is just a vessel, right? We're all vessels out here. The Messiah is using us, right? We went into slavery because of our disobedience. That's all it was.
What did we disobey?
The commandments. That's what we're trying to get to. That's what we're trying to get to. We didn't keep His commandments. Give me Daniel 9 and 11. We didn't keep God's laws. That's all it was. Sorry?
Well, are we all sinners at the end of the day?
Yeah, we're all sinners.
Like, right? They not obey God's laws.
What is sin? Give me 1 John 3. Sin is breaking God's laws, right? Who was the laws given to?
The Israelites.
So who can sin? By default. By default, only we can sin. You see what I'm saying? So the idea is, sin is when you break God's laws. The laws was only given to the Israelites. So by default, only the Israelites can sin. That's why we're out here trying to get our people to come back to God's commandments.
Right.
Stop living the way you've been living like the heathen. Stop keeping Christmas. That's not for you, brother. It's going to be destruction if you're saying that. That's right. Give me Daniel 9 and 11.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11.
Go on.
It reads, yes, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
Everybody is transgressed the laws of the Lord. Go on.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
Go on.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
Because we have sinned against him. So the curses is upon us. That's why we went into slavery on slave ships.
Right.
I've never even read it yet, but we might get to that in Deuteronomy 20 and 68.
Right.
I'm not a Hebrew guy, I'm in a rush.
No, I appreciate that. You was in a rush and you gave me a little bit of time. But what I'm trying to show you is we are God's chosen people. We have to start keeping God's commandments. Do you believe everybody's equal?
Yeah.
You do. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. That's not in the Bible, brother. I'm sure you're Christian, right?
Yeah.
Because
I wouldn't say I'm fully like, how do I describe it? I would grew up Christian.
Yeah.
But due to certain things, I've kind of gone away.
You got too many questions and it doesn't quite add up.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Because Israelite as well.
So you understand being
like God, you call Yahweh.
Yahweh. Because there's no vowel in the Hebrew.
Yeah, no someone. You don't call Jesus.
Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Right.
So I understand.
Christianity, this is their God.
Yeah.
That's Christianity's God right here.
Yeah.
Right? When we read the Bible, it says the God was a black man with woolly hair.
Yeah.
That's what it says. So that's why we don't subscribe to Christianity. Right. But listen to this, Baruch 2 and 30.
Baruch chapter 2 verse 30. For I know that they would not hear me.
Right.
Because it is a stiff-necked people.
We're a stiff-necked people.
Right.
You can bring out the law of the law. You can show people you're an Israelite. You must start to keep God's commandments. We're going to reject it. Israelites, we've been doing it since since the time of Moses. Yeah. When Moses went up the mountain, right, to get the laws, what did they do? They made golden calves and started worshipping it.
Right.
So we've been rebellious from time. It's nothing changed, right? But we have to start repenting. We have to start coming back to the Lord. Is that it or not?
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
Right. In the land of our captivity, which is now, we're gonna start remembering ourselves. That's why you see us coming out here. We're remembering who we are. I didn't know I was an Israelite my whole life. I've known about this like 2-3 years ago now. Yeah. Right? But since then, I've been making an effort to come out here and learn and teach my people as well.
Right.
You think we're all equal, right? Yeah. You believe God loves everybody, right?
I wouldn't say we're all equal though.
Okay, give me read that. Give me Romans 9 and 13.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Right.
And it reads, for thou art an holy people.
First of all, who's Deuteronomy written to? We read it earlier in 1 and 1. Israelites, right? Go on.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Go on.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee.
Nah, he's chosen everybody.
He chose chosen thee.
He's chosen the Israelites
to be a special people.
Go on.
Unto himself.
Go on.
Above all people.
Oh, we're all equal.
Above all people.
That's not in the Bible.
Above all people.
I thought everybody was equal.
Above all people.
The Bible says the Israelites are above all people. Go on.
That are upon the face of the earth.
That are upon the face of the earth. The Bible don't change. The Messiah don't change. So if he said from then the Israelites are above, you better believe we're above today.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We're just reading the Bible.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Right.
Bring that out, Babu Kashan.
Romans chapter 9 verse 13.
Go on.
As it is written,
It's written in the book of Malachi. Go on.
Jacob have I loved,
Right.
but Esau have I hated.
But God loves everybody.
But Esau have I hated.
The Bible says God hates Esau. What'd you do with that? I'm sure you heard of John 3:16, right? You have, right? Let's read John 3:16, whoever's closest. Let's read John 3:16. I'm sure you heard of John 3:16, brother. You believe in the Bible?
I don't believe much in the Bible, no.
Okay.
I don't believe in the Bible.
That's fair, that's fair. Because I'm just...
I believe in the history, though. But I don't
History.
believe-
The Bible is a history book.
I don't believe in the Bible.
No, but the Bible is a history book. You said you believe in history, right?
I believe in history, African history.